Hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you how I change the behavior of different software using Sorcar incrementally. And the pattern that I normally use is called architecture investigation before change. So for example, there is some feature I have implemented and I think that certain aspect of that feature is not working properly. So what I would normally do, I'll first ask Sorcar to explain the workflow of that feature step by step in depth in natural language. And then I'll read that description of the workflow and look at the step where things are not happening in the way I expect it to be. And then I'll ask again in the natural language to Sorcar to modify that particular step so that it behaves in the expected way. And I'll repeat this process a few times, and then I'll also use the same Sorcar to actually audit the code or audit the changes and then finally commit it. So I'll give you an example. I noticed that in Sorcar we implement this work tree based workflow so that different agents do not modify or conflict with each other while changing the code or the file system. So there were some bugs I noticed in that particular feature. So what I did is I first asked Sorcar to give me a detailed step-by-step description of how the worktree Sorcar agent works when a task finishes. And Sorcar actually showed me a detailed description of the workflow. I read it and then I noticed the issue and then I told Sorcar the following thing. Can you change the worktree and the extension so that after the agent finishes its task, it simply asks commit and merge or discard. When commit and merge is clicked by the user, the agent must commit the changes with the generated commit message, merge the branch with the original branch, and delete the worktree and the branch associated with the worktree. If the user clicks discard, it must delete the worktree and the branch and check out the original branch. So I gave this command to Sorcar and it modified the code and implemented this change to this feature. And then I actually compiled Sorcar and ran it. And when I ran it, I noticed some other discrepancies in the implementation. Okay. And then I asked Sorcar to diagnose it. And here is the prompt for that. After the user presses commit merge, why do the modified files show up as committed in the original branch? Okay. And it explained. And then I understood the explanation. And based on that, I asked it to fix it in some particular way. And it fixed the issue. I compiled it, reran it, and then finally, when I was happy, I asked Sorcar to audit the entire feature. And I read it very carefully. Once I'm happy, I committed the changes to the gate and I was done. So this process where I ask Sorcar to explain the workflow or the step-by-step process of some particular algorithm or feature, and then I use natural language and in the language that is the Sorcar used to explain the workflow, I use that language to modify the feature. And that makes this kind of editing very easy and simple. And for that, I don't even have to look at the code nowadays. I hope that you find this particular pattern of software engineering useful, and let me know if you apply it and if you find it useful in your software development. Thank you.